right, welcome to another episode of Roast Beef. We're out here in Encinitas today, and we're with Chris Cote right here. We're gonna do some shredding. We're gonna skate on the water, and then after this, we're gonna go check out SHOOTZ in Carlsbad. We're gonna go shred D Street right now. Never surfed this spot. That was a challenging session, but Chris Cote and Chris Slowey, Chris Cote and Chris Slowey killed it. They shredded. All right, we just got done surfing Encinitas, and we're hungry, and we're gonna go check out SHOOTZ Carlsbad location. Sound good?
SHOOTZ.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh man.
That was a fun session. Started
Yeah.
nice, tide dropped, got a little challenging.
You killed it. You killed it.
Yeah.
You killed it, dude.
Well, you won the longest session award.
Sitting out there, looking for a corner. Dude, it's a constant closeouts I was getting.
That's the story of our life, right? You just
Dude,
look,
you were
I'm just
scoring.
looking for a corner.
You were scoring. You were getting all the corners. You got that's your home court advantage.
I did have home court advantage, actually. That's where I grew up surfing. So,
Same with
yeah.
Slowey. Slowey
Yeah.
got some good ones too.
Slowey got some good ones,
Dude.
and now Slowey's gonna give us some good ones.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Oh,
Let's
this
go.
place looks amazing.
Yes.
I'm actually excited to eat here. I've eaten SHOOTZ pop-up events, but I've never actually eaten in the restaurant here in Carlsbad, so this is going to be a treat for me.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Eat.
Yeah. Yeah, Jaden.
Good. Nice to
All
see
right.
you.
Aloha.
Wow.
All right. What do you think about getting?
I mean, you gotta shout out Shane Magnuson with the Shane's OG poke. Is that kind of like house specialty? That's house favorite?
Yeah, that's what we started with.
Okay, yeah.
Shane's OG.
Gotta do
And
that.
Hawaiian style.
Oh,
Gotta do
yeah.
that.
All right, one of
Gotta do
those for
that.
sure.
Do you
Yeah.
want to add any avocado, fried jalapeno on there?
Yeah. Yeah, right?
Yeah, I eat everything.
Yeah.
Let's
yes.
go for it.
Yes. We're big on add-ins. The Bang Bang cauliflower is kind of calling my
Yep,
name.
let's
Yeah,
do that
sounds
too.
good.
Yeah.
You go.
Wow,
Here's your
man,
show. You go. Come on.
There's so much to choose from. Let's try that local rockfish tostada, please.
Awesome.
Local. Just caught out here in Carlsbad?
Over in Oceanside, actually.
All right,
Yeah, we
nice.
work with a lot of fishermen out there.
You caught it?
Off
the pier?
I wish.
We gotta go. I want to try the Baja fish taco.
Baja
Just
fish,
go
for
classic
sure.
and see.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like compare it. I'm just gonna try it and love it. I'm
That's
sure.
a good one.
Barrio Mexican lager, please. The
Got you.
Shoots draft.
Barrio. Orale.
Okay.
Yeah, orale. I want to try that kombucha. Which one's your favorite kombucha?
Are you on the alcohol? No alcohol.
Let's go no alcohol today,
No
please.
alcohol. I really like the guava mint. It's really refreshing.
All right, let's try one of
Yeah.
those, please.
Do you want to do a 16 ounce or a 12 ounce?
Whatever you suggest.
Got you.
Please and thank you. Awesome.
Anything else for you guys?
Yeah, let's go for another taco here.
Yeah.
Let's try a vegan one. I want to see what that
Yeah?
tastes like.
Cool.
Please.
Cool. Anything else for you guys?
Let's try pescaderos too, please.
Pescaderos?
Yellowtail.
Yeah.
I love yellowtail.
Yeah, grilled
could-
yellowtail.
We can eat it like Lady in the Tramp. You have a bite, I'll have a bite.
All right, all
Very
right.
cute.
Make it real weird.
I think it's okay nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that'll be it for now, please.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Thanks, Jaden. Oh, look at this. 21, and this is episode 21.
Oh,
Episode
yeah?
21, and she gave us 21. Well, what a trip.
It's really coming together.
Oh,
It really is. This show
the
is
stars
really-
are aligning.
You're gonna win a Webby for this one.
A Webby.
Thank you.
A Webby. Chef, what's in the jacuzzi, chef?
Here we got a fresh yellowtail frying up for the Baja fish taco right here.
Ooh, fresh yellowtail up in there, in the jacuzzi, chilling. look at all this great food we have here. We got Chris and Chris here.
Yeah. Yes. You're in a Chris sandwich.
Chris sandwich.
With Cote glasses on.
Slowly,
Yeah.
Cote.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Where are your glasses? Come on.
I left them at home.
Two smartest
Yeah.
people in
I left
this
them at
show
home.
right now in their glasses.
I do have glasses in the car.
Do we look
Oh,
smarter?
Should I go get them?
No, the food's all here. We gotta eat.
Yes.
Look at this.
So, slowly, what we got here?
What'd you order?
One of everything.
Kinda.
This is the Pokey sample platter. Wow. Which you can get. This is the. Which one is that one?
Pescadero.
Pescaderos. That's fish. This is rockfish tostada.
That's the local one right there.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Shane's original recipe.
This is kind of where the whole deal started,
Whole
right
thing
here, right?
started. Shane's OG. This is a Bang Bang cauliflower. The guys just had fun, just like a kind of a vegan salad-y kind of thing.
Right.
I think another fish taco. This is a Kahlua pork taco,
Wow.
and just the yummy winter fish and chips.
How did you guys like pick all the different things you wanted to do? Is it based on like fish availability or stuff
It-
you like?
Yeah, so the thought is we wanted to keep it as simple as possible. 3 pokés, 3 tacos, in and out style. You don't have to make a decision. So when you look at the menu, it's that, and then the exact opposite of that on the other side, where it's just every day it changes.
Look, and it just keeps on coming.
Oh,
What's
whoa.
that?
What's
Yeah.
this?
Oh, you make sandwiches too?
This is the tuna crunch wrap. Their version of like a Taco Bell crunch wrap
Oh my god.
with like a tuna chorizo.
Wow. Yeah, fit it in. Get in where it fits in.
Yeah, Tetris.
So yeah, I mean to answer your question, so the left side whatever fresh fish we get for the poke, obviously, and the shrimp and the fish taco. On the left side of the menu though, we kind of let the chefs just have fun.
Oh, nice.
So if somebody drops off a bunch of rockfish, like that wasn't on the menu 2 days ago.
Oh, rad.
This they'll work in once in a while, just a variety if people ask for it. Honestly, like the chorizo, like if they have a bunch of extra tuna that didn't sell for poke, they just chop it up, they make a chorizo out of it, and then all of a sudden on the menu pops up tuna crunch wraps.
Oh.
This fish and chips was honestly just more like kind of hearing out the market. You know, in Carlsbad, you get some demographics like, could I just get some fish and chips? And then the chefs were a little bit like, that's not really what we do. And then they started having fun with it, and they did their own version of it, and that's doing great too. So
Nice.
it's keeping it kind of
Don't mind if I
to
do.
the core and
Yeah.
having fun with
I'll
what
try one
people
of
want to. Oh yeah,
What kind of fish is this again?
that's a rockfish too.
Rockfish. Local
Yeah,
too, probably.
Local rockfish, yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that tartar.
We're gonna eat all this.
Let's go.
Heck
We're
yeah.
gonna do our best.
Yeah.
How's that tartar?
Wow. I was telling Carl, I've eaten at a million of your guys' pop-ups. And this, and embarrassingly, this is my first time at the Carlsbad
brick and mortar?
SHOOTZ. I've been to Oceanside, but this is gorgeous. And you got a whole like vibe going on around here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's like the village is interesting because like I grew up in Carlsbad, and in the day it was very kind of rootsy. XYZ skate shop was across the street.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was like, and then the State Street was just like where all the industrial park, kind of the industrial part of it. And Maury Boogie down the street started, Carlsbad Pipelines, a lot of surfers came out of there. And then it went through like in the 90s, early 2000s, it kind of just, there wasn't really a reason to come here, a lot of antique shops. Heat support's been a staple forever. But like to kind of come back to the village and bring, I don't know, just some like creativity and a cool place to hang out. I talked to young ones and like, they live in Oceanside, they're like, we just pass Carlsbad and go to Encinitas, we're going out for the night. Or go to Oceanside, But like, I don't think it has to be that way. I think the village is going to start changing back to like a little more youthful, creative culture.
Yeah, because it used to be the senior citizen hub
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it's the vibes change a little bit, So, but it's so cool. I mean, you're right here by the beach. It's like cool old buildings. It's just a cool place to hang. But yeah, these are 3 kind of historical buildings built in the 30s. And yeah, we just kind of have great tenants with Revolution Roasters. Stella Jean's Ice Cream is there. Like they keep one of the best ice cream in San Diego.
Oh, that's for dessert.
For dessert, yeah. And then they have another concept called Pot Pie that's going to be going in there. So it's like, so yeah, it's just a good vibe. We have a lot of great surf premieres here.
Wow.
And yeah, good hangout spot.
Yes.
I mean, this really, it really does feel. I mean, this is like the ultimate surfer food.
Right? Yeah.
Not exclusively for surfers, but
Yeah.
it seems like you got the Shane Magnuson connection, and you
Yeah.
guys have like Groms that are like putting the stickers on their boards and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how it started. It was like Shane, this was 2016. We were surfing South Oceanside. He lives right down the street from me in South Oceanside at the time. And we'd surf Buccaneers all the time. It was a really good day. And we were just kind of like sharing a peek one day, and he was asking me what I do. He was like, oh, what's Cultivate? And I said, we build restaurants. We help restaurants get started up, do the design and everything. And then he paddles back out from another wave. He's just like, I got to figure something out. I'm kind of like Body Glove. He was working at Body Glove as marketing. That kind of was running its course. And he's like, I got like, what's next? You know, pro surfers, early 30s, like, now what? Kind of thing in his life. So he was telling me that he loves spearfishing. He had pokey parties in his backyard, but there wasn't a whole other options for like authentic Hawaiian style poke, like Foodland style, pre-made marinated poke.
Yeah, Foodland style.
Yeah,
loving that.
It's just a different, you know, it's marinated. You don't add anything to it. It just comes how it comes.
It's
right?
clean and tasty.
Yeah, and we have like the mainland style, like Subway, where you just kind of put stuff on it and then you end up with a bowl.
Yeah,
which is cool too. It's just different. It's just different than. So we're like, dude, we should do that. We should. There's nothing like that. Like maybe we come up with a little pop-up concept. So we hooked up with a friend of ours, Mike Weeks, to do the branding. He came up with the name. He called me one day just with the name. He's like, "What about SHOOTZ?" And then we were just like,
"Yep,
done." Yeah. So named it, and then the first thing we did with it, we hadn't even really come up with menus or anything yet, was the I Love Poke Festival in 2017. They have it in Point Loma at the Belly High.
Yeah.
Belly High.
Oh, that's an amazing event. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nino. Yeah, Nino started that.
So Nino was like, got us started really. Because he called Shane, he's like, dude, I heard you're doing some pokey thing. And we're like, well, not yet. We're just like talking about it. Because we created an Instagram. And so, yeah. He's like, you got to come to the I Love Poke Festival and enter. And he's like, what? All these chefs are invited all over the world. And then I'm like, dude, let's just do it. Do your authentic, like Maui style poke. So he overnighted fish from Ahi Assassins on the North Shore.
Wow.
Picked it up, went to a friend's restaurant. We made a bowl of poke like this big. It took us all day to cut it all up. Went to the event, and everyone's super fancied out, all in their chef whites, lighting things on fire, and we're just like, oh. Shane and I just like, yeah, literally just like baseball cap, t-shirt,
keeping it real.
And we were just making like poke bowls, and everyone was stoked on it. And so that was like their kind of entry. And then the next thing we did was our buddy Jordan Hofford was starting Black Plague and Black Plague Brewing, and we asked if we could do like the grand opening party. So Shane went for that, and we did that pop-up, and then he just started doing pop-ups through that whole summer 2017. Mm-hmm. He went to like Privateer, a couple local surf contests. We did Virgin Brewing,
Camp Shred. I think the first time I had you guys was Camp Shred.
Camp Shred, yeah, that was rad. And that ran through like the end of 2017. And he's like, I can't keep doing this, because he's like, Friday night he'd be cutting fish all night long.
Yeah.
Mama's not super stoked on it. The trash can's just reeking all weekend. And then he'd go to a brewery and serve poke all day and be getting free beers and just be like, you know. So we're like, let's just find a brick and mortar and let's do it right. Let's make it legit. And then I remember the day he called me and said, dude, can we meet at a Pacific PCH Grill? I got to talk to you about something. And that's when he got the call for Waco. The offer to go to Waco.
Oh, right.
And he's like, it's kind of like, because he'd worked with American Wave Machines on the tech side of it.
Yep.
Wow. And then when the dude bought the whole package, they offered him a deal for his whole family to go out there and stay and help manage and run the whole thing. So then that's when SHOOTZ 2.0 kind of went on ice. And then we just like, well, that's more important. Let's just do that. Someday we'll do something with this. And then he's there for a year and a half, to almost 2 years, and then he came back to do Palm Springs, and he was staying in San Clemente a lot.
Close enough, huh?
Close enough, yeah. And then that deal in Oceanside opened up, where they had a space inside of Bottlecraft, and Brixton was going to put their like second brick and mortar there. Stab Magazine was there. We met up with Stab, and they're like, we'll do premieres with you guys and just help you get it going. And so we didn't have a whole lot of money, but we told Bottlecraft, if you guys kind of help us build it out, we'll brand it and we'll launch our concept out of here and see how it goes. And And then we connected with Dave and Waite, who owns Wrench and Rodent.
Oh, he's OG.
Yeah, he said to say hi to you
Yeah.
about the day. I told him we were going to surf the other day. He's like, yeah, tell him I said it. Yeah, because Shane and I were like, okay, who's going to actually cook the food every day, though? We had this cool pop-up idea, but now, like, every day, like, I don't have to run a restaurant. And I'm like, I just had the idea of calling David and asking him. And he was instantly stoked because he's like, Wrench, I probably can't grow. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, but could be like a fast casual version of like the creativity that comes out of there. And so when he said yes, we were like, oh, we're going. We can. And that he helped get us a lot of the chefs too, because they have a lot of respect and want to work with
Yeah.
David, you know. So Beecher Cooney was one of the main hires. He came from Campfire, and so he was our first main chef at Oceanside. So having that all come together, and then Shane does the best he can, but now he's pretty busy with wave pools.
He's a wave making maestro.
Yeah, there's nobody with that resume at this point.
I didn't know that.
But now you have this kind of like name brand,
Yeah.
right? So people can trust it.
Yeah,
And it always seems like Carlsbad, Oceanside on a map, it's very close, but it's totally different
different
worlds.
planets. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As soon as you cross the lagoon, you're like in a different world.
Yeah.
I was nervous about that going from ocean, but I felt the same way. I'm like, there's a different.
Yeah.
It's different. And
We don't tend. I live in Encinitas, and we're lagoons apart from Carlsbad, and then there's
Yeah.
another lagoon. We're separated by lagoons,
Yeah,
and there's no fish in those lagoons, so we all deal with the same fish.
yeah.
There might be.
yeah.
You don't want to eat them.
Not in the lagoon.
And each town has its own personality, and
You gotta try that. There's uni in there.
oh, did you put uni in there?
It's topped off with uni.
Have you noticed
That's the
like
tostada thing.
people like different things in Oceanside that they like in Carlsbad?
That's so funny. We were just talking about that you said that. Yes. And anything you do weird and experimental there, everyone loves it in Oceanside.
Yeah.
When we came to Carlsbad, and maybe it is the demographics, or the whatever, it's not the same. Like the fish wings, the fish collars. You're like, what is that, like fried bat or something? Like, no, it's the collar of the fish. It's like,
They're like, what's a collar?
so then we would actually do little samples and give them out to the tables and people are like, oh my god, that's like the best fish ever. It just like falls off the bone,
Yeah.
So that's where this came from. It's more like Carlsbad. They were asking for it, so let's go fish and chips. But but we're already seeing that change. Now people get introduced to it and they come back and they're like, I want that. And then they want to show off to their friends. You got to try this. It's so cool, So it is the personalities of the different neighborhoods that the menu adjusts to, which that's a unique thing about SHOOTZ, I guess. Also, and the chefs can do that. It's not like one. You're not. But it also is like it does honestly backfire a little bit because people come here for like a fish witch. Because we serve it there on Fridays, and we're like, we don't have that. So it's like, as long as you
Get
can
back
offer
in
them
your
something
car,
else.
go to-
Yeah. But it keeps a variety all the time going.
Yeah.
But yeah, and to your point, Chris, too, of like the brand side of it is like, we all grew up surf, skate world, and like watched how those brands were built. And a lot of times it's a logo and like a t-shirt is the way it starts, like Ruka or whatever, Stickers, t-shirt, hat, brand. But it grows into a industry from that, So it's like,
Well, you guys have a ton of merch, and it all looks really good. It's obvious that there's a lot of thought put into the branding and the logos and the.
Yeah. So just kind of taking that, like, basically a surf skate type brand, chef type mixed in, and then with a product behind it, So it was like bonsai bowls, kind of, you watch how they did St. Archer.
Yeah.
But they did like a beer, but with like so taking notes from that in the industry and but not having the food be like a second thought, like having that be like legit chef driven, fresh as we can possibly find. It makes it more expensive. Like honestly, you can order frozen fish cubes. You get a big old bag of them, and it's way cheaper, and you'll make way more money out of it. But it's just we can't do that.
It's not the
We
same.
can't do that. Like
It's not the same.
Well, it's like one bad batch of poke
Yeah.
is going to turn someone away.
oh yeah,
So that's I feel like
Yeah.
with what you guys do, it's like super consistent. Every time you come in, with the pop-ups and with the Oceanside location too, it's just like you're going to go in and get good poke.
yeah.
Fresh.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Flown
and-
in from Hawaii.
Yeah, the first one was. This is all at Oceanside Harbor at this point.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
Like,
Fresh.
but
Even
also
fresher.
Yeah, no flight, no
It was
plane
driven
trip.
here in the back.
yeah, you'll see the truck sometime pull up there and just the dude carrying it in.
That's so rad.
And then obviously when you make poke and tacos, you need to make beer. How did the beer start? Because I remember I saw whatever event I was at. There was a big chest full of SHOOTZ beer. I'm like, at first I was like, somebody stole their deal. And then I was looking, I'm like, oh wait, that's them. That was just like an add-on that became popular.
Well, it was actually the first thing we talked about because I told Shane, I don't know how restaurants really work and make money, but I have a feeling making money off fresh fish that's really expensive and doing poke bowls that you have to charge a certain amount to like make it profitable is probably a hard thing to make sustainable, to be totally honest, you know? I said, but the beer industry is like, I do know that because I do that with my day job. But if we came up with a beer that was like really good and well paired with our food, and then we could have beer out into distribution, and it's just another revenue source, but it's also like hand designed and selected to go with our food. I think we should do that. And so we went to AleSmith Brewing one afternoon. We had an appointment with them. David made a huge plate of sushi. And we met with their head brewer, who is Japanese, just coincidentally. He's one of their head brewers.
Rad.
And they hadn't done a Japanese lager there. And we're like, we want to do a Japanese lager that like pairs with this. Like, you know, go back to the old school recipes in Japan, the hops they used, and let's just do like a craft version of that. And so that was the Japanese lager. So that's still kind of like the core brand beer that really goes the best with this. And then we filled it in with like a blonde. Got to have an IPA in San Diego. And then we have a double IPA too. Those are all collaborations with AleSmith. Everything's made from AleSmith Brewery. And so the beer is out in distribution, but pretty much just the Japanese lager is out there. It's kind of like keep that simple, but yeah, it's part of the brand. It's part of the brand too, for sure, and for day one of have another offering, another revenue source. Because you can have the greatest ideas in the world and just put your heart and soul into making the killer food, but if it doesn't make money, it's not sustainable. So it's like,
Do you have to go, like, because I know that like tuna prices, right? They go up and down
Yeah.
with demand. Do you have to like change things up as it goes?
Shane's OG is usually the highest quality we can get, like if it's a bluefin.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it just says market on that one.
Right.
Albacore and the Sunset, the Albacore Poke Bowl and the Sunset are made with albacore, and that's a little more, you know, regular. It's like this. It's stable.
Yeah.
You can get it. It's less expensive. It's usually, so that's how we do it, and that's, you know, as long as, you know, in the beginning people are like, I'm not paying $20 for Poke Bowl. Like there's nothing to compare. Like and that just kind of like, oh crap, how do we deal with this? Like that, I'm not paying $5 for a taco. You can get them at Primo's for 69 cents. You know, it's like, you just gotta kind of stick to your guns and like hope they really appreciate the quality that goes into it. Because bottom line, just nerd numbers, like your food costs can't be more than 30% of what you charge. So if this costs you $3 to go buy all the stuff, it's a $9 taco.
Right.
Or your business will go up.
Done.
I should be taking notes. I'm gonna open my own place.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. I mean, the simple
I couldn't
math is
do this. This is amazing.
30% food cost, 30% labor cost, 20% everything else, rent, insurance, everything else. And then you have 20%, hopefully profit ends up being like 10-ish, and then you're sustainable. So it's just like trying to take
There's
it from
two
a
types of sustainability that we're working with.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's another thing too. Yeah, sustainability is definitely the other type of sustainability. There's the business side of it, that, you know, and we watch it very closely. But the complaints about food costs are definitely changing. And people aren't, you know, you go to Roberto's for breakfast burrito now, and it's like $13 or $14. So it's like, it is what it is.
Yep.
It's like,
And how long have you been doing this still?
so it was like 2017 for a year, and then a 2-year break, and then we opened up Oceanside first, and then we opened up this location. It's been a year and like 2 months now.
And it's sustaining.
Sustaining, yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Heck yeah.
And do you have any like cots or hammocks that I could take a nap in?
Yeah, you crawl onto the bench right there.
One of each thing on the menu.
Yeah.
But that is that's another aspect of like fresh fish, poke, you know, like the cauliflower. These things are like you don't feel good after.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we went to like, you know, and I love hamburgers. I love all food.
Fried chicken.
But there's a lot of lunches you go eat and you're like, my day's over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like we could go surf again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Want to?
I'm not, no, because
Oh.
you stayed out for 7 hours.
Yeah, chasing walls. Chasing closeout walls.
Slowey got the best waves. I got the smallest waves.
So you were busting the tricks, though.
You got the
You could
longest
actually
session
surf.
aboard. I thought we were going to have to send the lifeguards.
Chris
out
was
there to
sleeping in his
bring
car
him in.
waiting for you.
I had a
should
whole
try-
other day.
I should try to get a decent wave in.
Well, I brought you guys to like the
There's
most
a rule to
closed
that,
out
right?
spot in the whole state today. I
still
wanted
fun.
it to be a challenge, you know?
Yeah.
Still fun to be in the
No one
ocean.
out, right? We had it to
Yeah,
ourselves.
pretty much. We're probably a reason for
Secret spot. No one's ever heard of
We had a
it.
local with
It's not
us.
Moonlight Beach. I know, like you probably thought it was, judging by the landscape, but
So you've been to North Shore, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Like, what's your experience with like
Oh,
pokey there, and then you come back here?
I mean, it felt like poke in places like that, you know, North Shore, Oahu, Fiji, where it really was. It's like you didn't plan it, right? It just happened. Somebody brought in a big fish, and it was like, oh, it's on. You know, it was like, or you know, there's a barbecue happening. Somebody's making the steak, somebody's making poke.
Yeah.
And you just like, I remember watching and I go, okay, like this is very simple. Trying it at my house and I go, why does this not taste like that?
Yeah.
And of course there is a location element to it. Poke tastes the best like near the ocean or on the beach on the North Shore. It's going to taste really good. But I love that like the simplicity of this dish is it's not as simple as it seems, right? It's like we can all
like music.
we can all cube the fish.
Yeah.
We can all add the ingredients and
Yeah.
hope for the best, but there's something with, you know, when somebody's mastered it like you guys have, where it's like, oh, you know, I'm still like looking at it and tasting going, wait, so did I not cube the fish? Like there's an art form to it.
Yeah.
But I did love like, because it wasn't something that we really ate here, you know, like
Right.
you had like Kahuku Superette on the North Shore, and that was like the destination, you know, like a 40-minute drive. You're like, we're going, we're getting our poke bowl and we're going. Then Foodland had like, you know, you would never think that the grocery store would have world-class poke,
yeah.
but
10
it,
different varieties.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it was, and like that's the kind of thing when you're over there enough, you kind of like, that's a lot of people's first stop. I mean, I think Hawaiians and people who are visiting like California, it's like, I need to go to In-N-Out or whatever. I
Right?
need to go to like the
Yeah.
spot.
Right.
And so it was kind of like the same thing for us. We go to the North Shore, we're like, first stop,
Foodland.
you know, Foodland, get the
Foodland.
poke,
that's my
and
style.
then unpack your stuff, you know, like.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that,
I'm here. I'm here.
yeah. And so I think it's rad that
I'm just gonna
and
demolish
I mean,
this.
even though this is like obviously a historic dish, it's pretty cool that it's relatively new, you know, to California, to Southern California. It's like, I don't remember poke being around 10 years ago. Like you only
Right.
got it on the North Shore,
Right,
or you
yeah.
only got it in Fiji or something. And it was kind of that like, ooh, fantasy food, but
Yeah.
I love that you guys have really like, and this is not like poke made California style. It's like
Yeah.
traditional, classic,
Yeah.
just it's the perfect poke.
Yeah. Shane was putting like, I don't want something named after me. Like, no, it has to be. That's how it started. That's your backyard.
Yeah.
And it's weird how, like you said, it's simple, but how nerdy one can get about
Oh yeah.
4 ingredients, basically.
Right.
You know.
I mean,
But,
there's a touch. There's a touch to it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. You make it at home, and it's not quite the same sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always like, it's fun to try, but you leave it to the experts, and it is worth it. I mean, I like that people are now more open and accepting to like, okay, it's going to be a couple dollars more
Yeah.
than, you know, going to like a fish place and like whatever,
Yeah.
because it's worth it, because again, you feel good after you eat it.
Yeah, it's oils. It's all of it. Yeah. And then the thing to take a whole fish, like these guys will buy, 150-pound bluefin at like $12 a pound, and that's a chunk of money, So I could also buy just the loins from the fish supplier or from just food supplier for $12 a pound. Right. So now you have the rest of the fish that could be waste. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to support the fishermen out of the harbor, you need to buy whole fish. Right. That's how they do it, right? Yeah. So to try to do that and make that make sense profitability wise, that's where like the sustainability comes in from a money situation, also just from the right thing to do. To like, you're taking a beautiful beast out of the ocean, you better show it respect.
Yeah,
right. No wasting.
So that's where Chef David comes in and he trained the chefs how to use like every piece of that thing, from like everything. From like they scrape the bones, they literally scrape the bones. It takes forever, but that's what like the spicy tuna comes from. You don't have to even cut it now because you scrape it off the bones. Right. They use the bones for the broth. They make broths out of all the bones. Nice. They'll take the skin and they'll skin it and they'll make like fish chips.
Oh yeah.
Chip and dip out of the skin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so just the collars is just a full fish utilization, and there's very little waste at the end of that.
And
so it's
you
like
got that burger thing too, right? The fish
burger, yeah.
thing.
So then, like when they're making the poke, you want like the best cuts of the meat for your poke. So there are a lot of cuttings that come off of the fish that they save, and then they just put it through this grinder. It's actually the most flavorful part because it's full of fat and everything else. They grind it into like a burger. They flavor it, and then that's what Fridays we make fish sandwich Fridays. And it's just fish burgers.
Fish, yeah, what day is it? Thursday?
Yeah.
All right, you're going to have to get a hotel and stay down here.
Yeah.
We'll surf again tomorrow and then come here and have that. This is what we call it, the Fish
for
Friday.
7
Fish
hours
Friday.
tomorrow.
Well, yeah, a lot of the things on the specials board is that, just getting creative, trying to use the fish as best we can. Even this chorizo, that's part of the fish. You can't serve as poke, but they turn it into like a chorizo. They chop it up, they flavor it.
That was good.
There is I think with fish too, there's this like, still you get this excitement, right? It's like, the effort that they went to catch it, and then when you bring it in, it's like no one is not going to be hyped when somebody brings a giant fish in, and they're like, oh wow, like it's like Christmas or something.
Right, it is.
Every time
it's
you're like,
fresh,
oh wow, what's this one going to provide? Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it is. It's definitely one of the most beautiful foods too. It's like visually too. It's visually everything looks really nice, and it makes you just want to keep eating.
So you got your uni.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks to Chef Steve.
I didn't even know it was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. Yeah, and then now these guys. So we did the first one last week. We call it Fresh Cuts because these guys want to do a fine dining experience. And we did the first one last week, and we did 20 tickets. We convert this whole patio into like more of a fine dining feel, like black tablecloths, super beautifully decorated. All the servers we have like these custom aprons made that Brixton kind of helped us out with. And then the guys just kick it up a notch. So it's a 6-course tasting menu.
No way.
What?
That's on Fridays too?
Yeah. Well, we're planning the next one out, but
we gotta come to that.
Yeah.
It was like
wear a suit.
It was fun.
I'm down.
Wear your wetsuit.
My Japanese rubber wetsuit.
Penguin suit. But yeah, that's just a new kind of a fun thing. They were stoked. They were just like, they want to do it more of it. And I think that's kind of a thing that people would be stoked on. It's just a little different. Like that, you don't have to go to like some fancy Rancho Santa Fe for a tasting menu. You can just do it here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have fun with that.
Oh, can't wait.
Full tasting menu style.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got me feeling fed and happy.
Yeah.
Try that one.
I cannot.
You're max?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm max.
Break time.
Take a break.
All right.
Time out.
Hey, Tommy, we need help
So
over here.
good. Tommy, we're calling Tommy in.
We need backup.
Yeah, that Taco Bell one looks.
Oh yeah, go for it, dude.
That's one I
Grind it.
I heard what you said. I was like, ooh.
So we do have backup here. Tommy's coming in. Tommy,
Yeah.
say hi.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
coming in right now. Look at that. Ooh.
Get it.
Don't call him leftover, Tommy.
Look at that.
Get
Look at that.
You got those
Look at that.
prime cut.
Yummy. Wow, you got a lot of food.
Yeah.
All right, foodies. There you have it. When you're done surfing, skating, whatever you want to do, you're just hungry for some good, fresh seafood, come to SHOOTZ. Carlsbad, also at Oceanside. Get some.
You.
I'm in.